Or the ticky-tack fouls that we were talking about earlier today.
If you know who the person you've just seen mouthing the words trash and other words having to do with someone else's race, then you know why I've made this video. If you don't know why I've made this video or who that person in said clip is, then I'll explain anyway. Yo, what is up internet? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have got some big news for all of you. This piece of news defeats all other news, everywhere, all the time, all at once, forever. That's right folks, the WNBA season is back. And with the WNBA season returning, so does the controversy. Specifically for two players, that being Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. More Caitlin Clark because she's being hated by literally everyone in the league. Why? I have no fucking clue. But I have some thoughts, theories, and hypotheses to share. But before I do, we still have to discuss the clip I showed at the beginning of this video. Yeah, that's the one. For those of you who don't know who she is, I'm sorry I have to ruin your innocence, but it's for the greater good. Her name is Brittney Griner. She's perhaps the most hated female athlete since Megan Rapinoe, and that reputation for being hated is hard to beat. So props to Miss Griner. She was in the news a while back though because she was infamously arrested and imprisoned in Russia on drug smuggling charges. Now, I guess you couldn't really say it was drug smuggling because the hash oil she was caught with was deemed for medical use and was legal in Arizona where she got it. So, unfortunately for her, it is strictly prohibited in Russia to have those kinds of drugs on you. So she was arrested and put in prison for, I believe it was 10 months. And for a while, that was pretty big news. And it got even bigger when Brittney's romantic partner went on some morning news show begging and pleading with Russia to let her go. Unfortunately, it was heard, and Russia and the United States settled on a trade. In the trade, the United States got Brittney Griner, and from Russia's point of view of the trade, they got this guy. His name is Viktor Bout. He's a Russian arms dealer and politician. So, in the end, we traded a very dangerous criminal for an entitled basketball player who broke the law. That trade was worse than the Cavs giving up Kyrie for Isaiah Thomas on the Celtics. A generational failure. But I know this video is about Caitlin Clark, and I'm sorry I just went on that long ass rant about something that happened a while back, but it's a piece of lore that's necessary for truly understanding what kind of a loser we're dealing with here. Now back to Caitlin Clark. She is perhaps the WNBA's savior. She single-handedly brought any kind of notoriety that women's basketball has at all. She's the whole reason why people would actually put themselves through the excruciatingly long and horrible journey that is a WNBA game. She made it interesting and fun to watch, and I know that everything I just said was a huge glaze fest, but it's true. She put the WNBA somewhat on the map, but for some reason, the WNBA and its players hate her with a fiery passion. But in terms of the Caitlin Clark hate train leaving the station, there's no one that hates her more than good old Angel Reese. And if I were her, I'd hate her too. Being successful in everything that I wanted to be successful in can really light a fire under your ass and make you more determined to do better and to be better. But for Angel, nah. She just hates and then cries about it later when she doesn't get her way. But Angel Reese does have something that Caitlin Clark doesn't have. A McDonald's meal. And if I'm Angel Reese, I'm taking that very tiny victory and running with it, because lately, if she continues acting the way she's been acting, they won't want her at all. No one will give her a sponsor brand deal. And I don't know about you, but I heard people were indeed hating on McDonald's for giving Angel Reese her own meal, in which I don't blame anyone for doing so. The WNBA is filled to the brim with unlikable people, but Brittney Griner and Angel Reese are perhaps the most unlikable of all. And they feed into their own delusions about them being so good at basketball, with them saying they could beat male NBA players, and then they complain about equal pay and stuff. And it's not like I'm against equal pay or anything, it's just they don't really deserve it. And before anybody goes on like, oh, it's just because they're women, oh, it's because they're black or whatever, I'm like, no bro, like a female doctor should definitely be paid the same as a male doctor, but because they're doing the same things, they're doing the same procedures and went to the same schools and all of that stuff. But WNBA players should not be getting paid the same, as men because no one wants to watch them. Okay? No one wants to watch them. They're bad. No one wants to watch them. And only a select few individuals watch the WNBA, and I gotta say, I am not that guy. Like, who in their right mind wants to spend money on watching them miss an open layup and airball random jump shots? Not me. And besides, they don't even do 2 of the 3 things that make the NBA such an interesting watch. If they just swallowed their pride and lowered the rim so that they could dunk an alley-oop and do the stuff that makes the NBA such an interesting watch, then they would be 10 times as successful. I guarantee it. So until they have the same amount of viewers and attention and all that stuff, don't complain. Don't talk. Shut up and just take it. Okay? But I will say they are heading in the right direction. If they keep riding the Caitlin Clark fame train, then they will be getting at least some of the attention that they, as an actual company, desire. But other than that, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you're liking the content, please consider hitting that subscribe button as it helps out a ton. And if there's something that you personally want me to discuss, let me know in the comments section what it is, and I'll check it out. Once again, guys, thank you for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.